Hi students, welcome back to your class. This is Sopa ma'am. Today we will learn about soil microorganisms and soil fertility. Okay, fertility. See here, compulsory our atmospheric gases, whatever atmospheric gases present in certain percentage. So we have 98% of nitrogen, 21% of oxygen, 1% or 1% and nearly 0.007, okay, near to the 1%. We have other gases, 0.03% of carbon dioxide. Okay, so 98% of nitrogen we have. Generally while breathing we doesn't filter it. Okay, we don't want nitrogen, we need only oxygen for our respiration, like that we don't filter. Okay, so here every complete 100% of atmospheric gases we are breathing, so leave that. But here what is happening, 78% of nitrogen is present in the atmosphere itself. Okay, so plants require compulsory nitrogen for its growth. Okay na, so they can't take the nitrogen for photosynthesis. For general photosynthesis formula is they require the carbon dioxide plus water. In the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, they will give rise to carbohydrate C6H12O6 plus oxygen plus water. Oxygen is liberated into the atmosphere and water is liberated into the atmosphere. What is this ma? This is food or carbohydrate. Food or carbohydrate. So generally what they are intaking? Carbon dioxide, water. Okay, carbon dioxide and water. How they are utilizing the nitrogen from the atmosphere, in which manner? Through the photosynthesis process. We are sending this one, we are giving these two substrates for the plant. Okay, how do we give nitrogen for the plants? Nitrogen is much important for the plants growth. Okay, how do we give? So there are some bacteria, okay, some microorganisms which give nitrogen for the fields or crops, okay, for the soil fertility, mainly for the soil fertility. When we will call it as soil fertility? Fertile soils, when do we call? When the vegetation means nothing but crops, yielding of crops, okay, and good vegetation in less time, more amount of growth of plants, okay, which can give good yielding, where plants can grow very well, those we will call it as soil has a fertile soil. Okay, fertile soil. There are so many soils where the plants doesn't grow. There are different types of soils also. Okay, so what these microorganisms will do? They convert the atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates. Atmospheric nitrogen, okay, nitrogen into nitrates. Who are converting? Bacteria. Okay, now bacteria are microorganisms like Rhizobium, Nostoc, okay, Rhizobium, Nostoc, Anabaena, okay na. So we have to underline these are the scientific names of microorganisms. So any scientific name of plants, organisms, human beings or any animals, we have to underline compulsory. Rhizobium bacteria, Nostoc, Anabaena, Azotobacter, okay, Nitrosomonas, okay. What do these bacteria do? Okay, they convert the nitrogen into nitrates. Okay, later from nitrates to nitrites, that is different. Okay, only up to here it is needed for you. So what is happening? These are converting the nitrogen into the nitrates and giving supply to the plants, which is used for its growth. Okay, and it is mainly fertiling the soil. So here if you go for how they are living, how they are giving and leaving in the plants, in the living in the plants. See here ma, this is taproot, main root. See here, this is taproot system. For grass, if it is present like this, when we pick up the grass plant, the roots will be like this. We will call it as fibrous roots. This is extra information ma, and adventitious roots or adventitious roots. Okay, so this is taproot. What is this? Taproot. In this, what we have? This is a main root, and we have small, that has a small thin hair like structure called as root hair. What is this? Root hair. What is happening? These rhizobium bacteria, they come and reside in this roots, not the shoot system. Above the surface of the earth, we will call it as a shoot system with leaves, stem and flowers, okay, and fruits. Here in root system, what is happening? They come and form a nodule like structures. They form a nodules. What we will call? Nodules. Okay. In nodules, what they are doing? They are converting the nitrogen into nitrates, and that nodules, they absorb the atmospheric nitrogen into the roots and convert into the nitrates and give to the plants. What are these called as nodules? In which type of, not in all roots we can't see the nodules. Okay, only few plants are there where it is allowing the bacteria to grow in the roots. Those are called as leguminous plants. Okay, leguminous plants belonging to Leguminosae family. Okay, Leguminosae family. Leguminous plants, for example, again leguminous plants, beans. Okay ma, the beans is nothing but Fabaceae family. Beans, pea plant, batani, pachi batani, pea plants. Okay, so beans, pea plant and pulses, kandulu untai kada togarpappu. Okay, pulses also we can find the root nodules. What are these called as? Root nodules, where it contains a bacteria, rhizobium, sometimes nitrosomonas or nostoc, anabina. Okay, nostoc structure they have given like this. It is in a like this rounds. Okay, so this is the structure of nostoc and anabina structure also in your textbook. So these are called as root nodules which are residing. So these root rhizobium bacteria, what they are doing? They are synthesizing they are producing the nitrates. Okay, from the atmospheric nitrogen. What is happening? These rhizobium bacteria are living in the roots, means roots or plants is giving shelter to the rhizobium as well as nutrients whatever required for the growth of rhizobium. Rhizobium in turn it is giving nitrates or nutrients which is required for the plant growth, and it also releasing nutrients into the soil, okay, for soil fertility. Okay, now so both are mutually getting benefited. Rhizobium is getting benefited as well as leguminous plant is also getting benefited. So that time we are calling them as symbionts. I said modes of nutrition. Okay, symbionts. Okay, symbionts. So symbiotic mode of nutrition, autotrophic mode of nutrition. Plants are autotrophs. They prepare their own food material. Parasites, they feed on host. This is host. Okay, if this is parasite, will think the plant gets harmed there. Here symbionts means the rhizobium bacteria is getting benefited as well as the plant also getting benefited. So that time we will call it as a symbiotic mode of nutrition, or that organism we will call it as symbionts. Okay, so this is about the soil microorganism, soil fertility. So mainly they reside sometimes when we go on the highway, beside we will see number of crops, fields growing. Okay, so in the center the crop is grown, rice, paddy sometimes. Okay, in the corners what they will do, they will plant pulses, kandulu. Okay na, pulses and sometimes beans plant, pea plant. Why? Because it is a leguminous plant, means It contains root nodules. It contains the root nodules. The bacteria may be anything. Sometimes Rhizobium, sometimes Azotobacter, some few Nitrosomonas. Okay, for the conversion. Okay, that is nitrification and denitrification process. So here these bacteria may participate in the nitrification process, nitrogen fixation process, denitrification process also. Okay, so here what is happening for the soil fertility purpose, what happens? Rhizobium bacteria, we took example is Rhizobium bacteria, they go and reside in the roots, right? So what is happening? They are releasing the nitrates by converting the atmospheric nitrogen, which is used for the soil fertility. So what they are doing? They are, instead of giving external nitrogen from in the form of urea or something else, they plant sometimes leguminous plants. By this they release the nitrogen into the soil, where the soil becomes more fertile. Okay, where the soil becomes more fertile, and whatever the crop in the center gets benefited, benefit. This is one method. Another method is also there for you, and another topic is also there, so that is nothing but dig a pit. Okay, what is the action of microorganisms generally, how they are converting the complex substance into the complex one into the simple. Okay, they are breaking complex into simple by which process? Decomposition process. Decomposition process. Saprophytes, what are those called as? Saprophytes, the organisms which feeds on saprophytes. The organism which feeds on dead and decaying matter, those are called as saprophytes. Okay, so what in this experiment what we have to do? We have to dig the 2 pits. Okay, 2 pits, or in our lab also we can do. You have to take one glass like beaker, long beaker, that is called as Vygotsky column. Okay, so in that beaker or in soil outside also we have to dig. We can do that in outside also. So what is happening? We have to dig that one. Okay, place all the vegetables, wastage of vegetables. Okay, na cut chesin tarvata migilina wastage we have to put in that one, and papers later, but later put all the vegetables, cover it with soil, again some papers. What we are using are decomposed. Okay, na, those are decomposed. So we are keeping the place in the papers, later the soil. Okay, and we place the plastic cover. Is the plastic cover decomposed, ma? No, it does not get decomposed nearly for about 140-150 years, right? So there is no bacteria for the decomposition of plastic cards also. So we have to keep the vegetables. Okay, na, take a Vygotsky column. Okay, place the vegetable peels like tomato peel or all the peels in this one, where leftover waste material, later cover it with the soil. Next, place the waste papers. Okay, cover it with the soil. Next one is cover, plastic covers, place it with cover. Next one is glass item like broken bangles, glass bangles, glass one. Okay, glassware. So we have to place on the top. After few days, we have little bit, we have to sprinkle the water, cover it with, in our lab if we do, we will cover with a silver paper, right? Silver foil, aluminium foil, and place it aside. Afterwards, what happens? After few to 3 days, completely when we see this one, we can see directly. When we in the pit, we can't see, we have to dig that one layer by layer. If we dig first one, what happens? The glass doesn't get decomposed. Okay, now bangles, right? Example, bangles. Next one is plastic covers, doesn't get. Again, next if we dig, the last items whatever present like vegetables, papers, they get decomposed, means complex gets converted into jelly, just like a bolus, muddalaga aipotundi muttam. Okay, blackish with different smell we will be getting there. What happened? Those has rotten away with the help of microorganisms, converted from the complex substance to the simple substance. Okay, in our column Vygotsky. Okay, Vygotsky column. In our Vygotsky column, what happens? We can see clearly from outside. This is a glass made up of glassware only, like beaker. Okay, So we can see clearly this gets decomposed, this one gets decomposed, this remains same. Okay, like glass and plastic covers, they remain same. So that time we can confirm that some bacteria is growing in that one and decomposing that one. Okay, so this is about the uses of microorganisms. So many decomposers are used to remove the pollutants as well as whatever the in our this drainage also, black drainage like mooring, okay now, black drainage whatever going. So in that also number of microorganisms are there which is decomposing the harmful microorganisms. Okay, so this is about the uses of microorganisms. Tomorrow we will learn about the harmful methods or harms caused by the microorganisms. Okay, thank you.